Hello, my fellow spent World War II casings. I'm Mr. Church, and today in the Atom Shop, there's nothing. There's nothing new. It's all repeat items because we're bundling a bunch of garbage over time that you might not have gotten, and then we're putting stuff together that's never been together before and putting new labels on it so that people will think that it's new items when it's not. There's nothing new because next Tuesday is the new season. Season 22, and so that means if you have not finished the season pass, you're going to want to make sure you finish that up, and don't forget to claim all the stuff you want to claim Monday night or early Tuesday, because they usually take the game offline around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's next Tuesday. Keep that in mind. Because of that, there's nothing new. I didn't really expect anything new, but I don't want to waste your time and my time. So I'm going to try to just rip through these real quick. I'm going to try to point out stuff that you might want to get. But overall, whenever you see mega bundle, whenever you see mega in the name, I strongly suggest you do not buy that bundle because it is overpriced. If you do the math on this, I mean, if you look at how much this costs, 4,200 atoms is around $42 USDs. That's a laughable amount of money for what can only be described as garbage. And unless you handpick the bundle yourself, it's going to have a bunch of stuff in it that you really don't need or want. And so that's pretty frustrating. Another thing that I find absolutely repulsive and that they continue to do is they refuse to put these items in order so that if you don't know what these things are, you can't tell what is in the picture. The pictures they're taking are ass. What's that? They literally have a picture of 17,000 items in this photo. And you have to know what this is for by already owning the thing or having seen it in the game. And if you don't have it yet, therefore are interested in purchasing it, then you might not know exactly what it looks like or what it does. So these pictures are appalling, obviously, and then putting them out of order, even worse. So that's another reason why I strongly recommend do not buy any mega bundles, because they're so lazy. Like, if they want to make money and take all your money, they can at least put in, I don't know, 2 minutes of effort to put these in the correct order or get a photo of the item, because they have pictures of these items individually. They just can't be bothered to find them. So with that being said, in the best of 2023 mega bundle, although also, I don't know. We have the framed galaxy map. Out of the 20,000 items in this picture, the framed galaxy map is not one of them. This is out of order. This is something else. We have the white high-tech computer array. Yeah. The modern home fusion core recharger, which was, by the way, sold for money in a for money only exclusive bundle, and then they put it in the Atom Shop later. So we have the Golden Years Tri-Circle table. That one is accidentally correct, and it's a good picture, so you actually see what the table looks like. Unfortunately, they don't have these in order. All they would have to do, honestly, if they don't want to order them, or it's impossible for them to reorder them, is just put the name of the item somewhere in the picture so that people know what it is when they're looking at it. That's pretty simple. It's called captioning. I don't know if you guys have heard about that. It's a pretty new phenomenon. Anyway, we've got the White Springs support post. Yeah. The Enclave radio operator backpack, the White Spring accent lamp, the small framed galaxy map, the White Spring kit, the White Spring foyer floor and foundations, the modern home kitchen set, Golden Years rounded couch, the White Spring presidential suite wallpaper, stately armoire display case, deep space dish, Earthlight Lounge, that one's actually accidentally correct, Golden Years vinyl chair, the White Spring wall accent light, the White Spring counter set, the cookie jar, the White Spring fountain, and the UFO crash site sign. All these are pretty fecal, in my opinion, but who asked me? Not too many people ask me. Just so you know, these things are all just like so random. I don't know if this is stuff that actually was best sellers. They say the best of 2023, or if they're just trying to sell these items because none of them were sold or none of them were in bundles. They don't really have any rhyme or reason to go together. Some of these items are pretty annoying and stupid. So this is a picture of the modern home kitchen set, and what they have is actually half of the items in the set. They don't even show half of the items in the set. There's also wall items that you can stick to the wall that match these. There's also a sink item that you can stick down. So they can't be bothered to sell their own stuff. So in my opinion, you shouldn't buy it. This collects food over time, s'mores, blackberry crisp, stuff like that. Usually it's mostly like AP boost foods. And then I can't, okay? I hate this stuff, and I hate their lazy approach to selling something that's $42 fucking dollars, okay? I think it's just the level of disrespect to have towards your customer base to ask this amount of money and then put in this amount of effort is, I think that's what really gets me going. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty pissed. Anyway, we also have the Forged Resistance bundle, and this of course has the Free States Do Not Enter sign, the Free States Perimeter Wall suite, the US flag paint for the railway rifle, the Free States Resistance outfit, the Free States Guard post, Freedom Forge paint for the Tesla rifle, and the Free States Resistant helmet. Okay? Dog shit. In my opinion. Now we have the Nuka-Cola Mega Bundle. This Mega Bundle has been in the shop many times. I think the first time they thought they'd put this in the shop was potentially Black Friday. I don't quite remember. I know they had some Mega Bundles then. But either way, it's just a bunch of garbage, Nuka-Cola stuff. If you guys really want Nuka-Cola stuff, you're in luck. Because wow, there's a bunch of Nuka-Cola stuff. Honestly, this isn't even like the good Nuka-Cola stuff. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of Nuka-Cola stuff in the game. You don't need all this stuff, okay? You guys don't need this stuff. Just go to Nuka World on tour, do some events, and get those things. Don't get this stuff, okay? Because this is $3,000, okay? And again, they don't have anything in order. They don't put any, I can't. And then we have the Mothman Mega Bundle. Once again, another Mega Bundle. Now, as you can see, you can't read this because the text is overlapping each other. And they thought, you know what? If we raise that up a little bit so that it's readable, or let's make the spacing, adjust the spacing, well, then people will be able to read what's in the bundle. Now, here's the original cost. 50 USDs. 50 USDs. It's actually more than that if you buy atoms, to get that amount. Anyway, but don't worry, guys. It's on sale. It's only $40. It's only $40, and not only can you not read it because the text is overlapping, but you can't tell what's in it because again, it's first of all unreadable, and second, out of order. Okay? Okay? I hate that. I hate that. Anyway, it's just a bunch of cultist stuff. They've got all these things in smaller bundles, which I think is what it actually says here. Let me try to read it real quick. The Mothman Returns Bundle, the Mothman Weather Bundle, Praise Mothman Bundle, Mothman Outfit Bundle, Mothman Coldest Camp Bundle, and the Mothman Fanatic Bundle. Now, the only time that I would recommend buying one of these mega bundles is A, you absolutely loathe yourself, okay? If therapy is not doing it for you, and you're just not really able to find a good outlet for your self-hatred. That's one situation where I would recommend it. Second is if you read through this and then you look at the pictures and you like every single thing you see, because you might get lucky and the thing that's in the picture might actually be in the bundle, okay? Otherwise, guys, if there's stuff in this bundle that you like, don't buy it. Even if there's stuff that you really like, don't buy it. Because, first of all, these mega bundles are so anti-consumer, and they're so disrespectful, and they're so insulting, that when we buy them, what we're doing is we're kissing them on the lips for slapping us in the face, which I don't like to do personally, in my personal life. I did that one time, but that guy was like, I don't know, like the lips that he had. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this is a combination of a bunch of different Mothman bundles. So if there's something or a few things in here that you like, just wait till those bundles are in the shop. They're way cheaper and you're buying way less things that you don't want and didn't ask for. Okay. So like this, for example, this was in a bundle from last week. It might actually still be in the shop somewhere if I could just only find it. Anyway, my point is, just wait for that to come back around. And this is a suburban backyard bundle. It's got the wrought iron fences, the barn mailbox, the tire swing tree, the wavy Williards camping canopies, the Cappy hot tub, and the canoe chair. Alright, just so you guys know, they haven't fixed this yet, and the snapping point on these, the small fence, will snap directly to the center of the side of the foundation. Even though they're half a foundation wide, they're offset, which means, oh, and by the way, that's every fence that snaps to a foundation. It's broken, and that way they never bothered fixing it or putting an additional snapping point on the two sides of the foundation. Because why would they bother putting any effort in? But that does come with a gate, so that's nice. And then this tire swing, you can interact with it. You can sit in it, and then your character starts swinging back and forth. How beautiful is that? This is a hot tub, which means it gives you the well-rested bonus, just like sleeping in a bed does. And so that's great. Wow. The Leo Petrov bundle comes with this light ally, and it comes with, this is the Nuka Blitz arcade dart machine, and then we got like a really underwhelming wall decor item, and then we have Under Armour, which no one will ever see. Thank God for that. Then we have the Suburban Living bundle, and this has the Helvetian cabinet display case. It's got the white flower pattern door, the holiday wallpaper, the wrought iron fences, the burgundy modular sofa set, the rough patch planter kit, and the modern conveniences bed. Now this planter kit, this was actually on one of the season passes, so that's like, wow, who knew? This is in the shop in a fuckload of different bundles, so if you want these specifically, I would just wait around until they're sold by themselves or in a different bundle if that's all you want from here. This, I think, is probably, if I were to guess, holiday wallpaper. Not bad. It actually is the same exact shade of green as this one, so you can like mix and match them for like accent if you're building with them, if you have the teal color already. This is obviously the pattern flower door. You can't see through that window, by the way. This is a display case, but the stuff like sits on these shelves, evenly spaced apart, 6 items. It looks ridiculous. And then you have, of course, the bed. Only one player can sleep in it at a time, even though it's that wide. And then we have the Lookout bundle. We have the Lookout outfit, the small fire, the large fire, the tree sap collector, the Lookout hood, the medium fire, the mounted rad hog head, and so the fires are actually pretty nice. They can be fun to work with. It's just like a little pellet thing you place down, and then the flames come up from those. So those are nice. For $12.60, kind of poop. I will say that this sap collector is a adhesive resource collector. Remember that all resource collectors cannot be placed in shelters. Keep that in mind, and you can only place down one of them. But this does collect raw adhesive, which is nice if you're always running out of adhesive, because maybe hypothetically you made about 1,200 radium rifles to try to scrap and learn the mods, so that the next month after that they could finally patch the bug, so that when you scrapped radium rifles you would actually learn the mods for them, and you actually didn't have to build 1,200 radium rifles. Hypothetically, I said. And then if this is kind of cool, there is something weird about it where there's a window on one side of it that on the other side there is no window, okay? So that's kind of awkward. Whoops. And then we have the roadside roasters. This, guys, is the fire hydrant bat paint for the baseball bat, obviously. And then we have the spine candle, the super mutant gladiator outfit, the behemoth diagram, the super mutant gladiator helmet, and the pots and pans rack. The pots and pans rack is kind of cool. People use it a lot, and I will also add with the coming update where we'll have no restrictions, you can free float stuff. This will actually be used a lot more, I would guess, because you will be able to shove it up into the ceiling, so even if you don't want this old junky design, you could still have pots and pans hanging from the ceiling. So that's something to keep in mind. But this is kind of dumb looking IMO. This is kind of silly, I'm not gonna lie. But these diagrams make no sense to me. I have no idea what the hell that is. And there's like 45 different versions of it. So what is that? We don't really know. Anyway, that's the roadside roasters, and that's good. That's what's in the shop today, guys. But the greatest hits, let's not forget, we also have the White Springs garage sale bundle. And you remember what I was saying about mega bundles, how you should just buy like the little versions of it, wait till you have like the smaller bundles if there's like a few things in it. This literally has half the items in the mega bundle that's on the front page. Okay, so we've got, you know, this kit, this thing. They're even using the same fucking pictures because they're so lazy. So that's in there if you like those things in it. And we have the greenhouse kit and porch bundle. I'm not gonna lie, guys, the greenhouse set's really good. And people were begging on their hands and knees for this for years before they finally put it in the shop, because this was one of the early season scoreboard items that you could get. So anyway, this kit does come with it. If you don't own anything in it, it's going to be 1,010 atoms, or no, 1,050 atoms, my bad. So that's a lot for just a building kit. So I would only recommend doing that if you also want this random refuse. These, in my opinion, look like they're missing the texture that they're supposed to have, but I guess they're supposed to look like that. Who knew? This is just wall decor, and this is like a little guy sticking his thumb through something. That's kind of awkward to me. And then this is like a rusty old swing. And then this, of course, is obviously just the trellis arch. And the greenhouse porch is whatever, in my opinion. So honestly, you might want to get this because it has the greenhouse kit, but I will warn you that that's a lot to pay for just a building kit. A lot of times building kits will be sold individually for like a few hundred. Okay, so you could, if you don't have this yet, you could wait it out, see if it'll come back, but I just don't know when that would be. But like over here, we have the Rest in Pieces kit. That's a building kit that's just 350 atoms. Not bad. And I think they do sell the greenhouse kit by itself. I don't remember if you can still get it from Bethesda support, but there are items in Bethesda support that you can go in there and you can request items from that list. And if you have the atoms, you can buy atoms, or you can buy the objects through that support system. So that's great and awesome. How about that? So maybe reconsider if you're thinking about getting this bundle just for the wall set. This is the close shave bundle. It comes with the close shave outfit, the barber's chair, Guinevere's nurse outfit, and Guinevere's nurse hat. So the barber's chair is kind of cool. Other than that, I wouldn't bother, but I'm not really a huge outfits guy. Some outfits I like, but if I'm wearing a bunny head 24/7, then I'm only getting like half of the outfit utility. This is the Nuka-Cola Dark Power Armor paints. Now, as you can see, this can be applied to different kinds of power armor. And you see how the power armor looks different, even though it's the same paint and it's on different versions. So what this means is they're selling this for 600 atoms, and that's one skin that goes on many different power armors. Granted, it can't be put on the newer power armors, but it can be put on them. And see how there's different looking ones because they're different power armor, okay? But it's one paint. All right, so in the past, I've complained when they've listed the same skin for each kind of power armor it can be put on to make it look like they're selling more items than they are, when they're just selling one skin that does look different because it's on different kinds of power armor. And people in the comments, some people, I'll say, were like, no, that's because they look different on each one, as if that's not normal. A lot of times the power armor skins will look different depending on which one they're on. That doesn't mean it's a different fucking paint, okay? Some skins change the entire look of the power armor, and they'll look exactly the same from one to the next. For example, the Deep Space Enclave one will always look exactly the same, etc., etc. But a lot of times the paint will look different. The Sprinkles power armor looks completely different on XO1 versus Excavator. So that's just bullshit, guys. And they're just listing it off because they're lazy and or predatory, and it depends on how pessimistic you feel on that day which one it is. Okay, Now here we have the nuclear test bunker shelter. Now this is a bunker shelter, okay? I mean, it's like you could, it's like you could build in it, like stuff, I guess. I don't have this one personally. I'm not a huge shelter builder, mostly because like loading into it, I don't know, it feels less immersive to me than building in the world and like stumbling across someone's camp and, you know, looks like it blends in with the world, going into a load screen for some weird door in the middle of nowhere in a place where it wouldn't be to, I don't know, it just never feels immersive, I guess. So I don't really like them that much. And now with the building restrictions being lessened in just 1 week's time, that's even less of a reason to get them now, because that was one of the selling points, was there was fewer restrictions in here. But now we don't need to worry about that anywhere. So it's going to be fine. But if you like this one, that's great. Glad, happy for you. It's right there. Get it. This is the ghillie backpack. Now, if you want like your backpack to look kind of like hairy, there you go. And then we have the Mothman Hunter outfit. Now the Mothman exists, and you're going to prove it. Track down the legendary Mothman with a Mothman Hunter outfit. Okay, wow. So isn't it interesting? They have 2 different pictures to sell this item, but they can't be bothered to take a single picture of other items. It's so interesting. It's almost like someone else took the picture of this, and they're just using what's on file, and they don't have the capability of loading into the game and taking new pictures, and so they're just stuck with whatever is there already. This is the Screaming Eagle Enclave handmade rifle. It's a paint, okay, for your handmade, and it reshapes it. Now, if you like the shape of this isn't the only one that does it. There's different kinds of Screaming Eagle paints, and they all have this exact shape to them, but they don't all have this weird green color. So if you like the shape of it, but you don't like the exact design on it, I'd wait around. There's one that's just like Screaming Eagle, and it's just like a nice wood, kind of plain, and it doesn't have stupid branding all over it. So if you like the shape of it, I wouldn't get it just for that. Just wait it out and until you have the other good one. And like I mentioned, there's the Rest in Pieces camp kit. Now, I really like this camp kit for one reason and one reason alone, and of course that's not shown anywhere, and that's because the flat version of the roof piece is really great to use for like flooring, if you want to use a roof as flooring, and it's just really cool looking. It's kind of like, I think it looks kind of like wood, and so I use that roof all the time. I really like it. So if you don't have that, maybe consider picking it up. And that's all there is in the greatest hits, guys. That's all there is. Also, when I did the Raider Boil, I don't remember seeing this stuff here. I think they had something else, and then it was bugged out, and so they removed it after I already did my review video. And so maybe they added these things in afterwards to fill the space. A power armor skin that's $1 billion and looks like the Michelin Man dumped in a bunch of oil. And then you have the Grelock villain bundle, which you if you want to look like a red crayon, now's your chance, guys. Now's your fucking chance. Now on special and free and stuff, you have the eye chart so that you can, and then you have improved bait for the free item as well. And then this is your last week to claim the general farmers market stand. If you have fallen first for free, it's a floor decor item. It is not a vending machine. In fact, I'm going to grab that right now. And also I'm going to grab this. That's going to be fine. Now I have to reload the item shop because the store was updated. How nice is that? And now can I buy it this time? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Now, every single day, there's going to be a sale item here in the special tab, and it's going to be 50% off the alleged original price. And today it's going to be the Cow Spots Porch Stash Box. This is a stash box. It's kind of cool, actually. I don't mind it. This is kind of to give you an idea of the size of it. This is one of those planters there. So it's bigger than you would think from just looking at this photo of it. I like how it's rusty and stuff. I think it's kind of neat. I'm actually probably going to grab it immediately. So that's all there is for this week. I don't really think that there's anything to write home about. There are things to scream about, though, and that's what I like doing. I'm also letting you guys know that I have been working on a camp build because I wanted to make something, using the old system one last time, and I'm hoping to get that video up soon as I can, so in the next couple days, hopefully. So keep an eye out for that. If you guys have been asking about my camp build videos, I haven't stopped doing that. I was mostly just waiting for the new update, but I thought it could be fun to do, you know, get enraged one last time. I'm going to give a huge shout out and thank you to my patrons and channel members for your support. If it wasn't for your support, I wouldn't be able to do these videos and make all these things and buy all this stuff, so I really do appreciate it and genuinely helps the channel a lot. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel in that way, the link for that will be in the description, but just liking, subscribing, commenting, those things all help the channel immensely, and I really do appreciate it. If you guys aren't in the Discord, consider joining the Discord. It's a great community, and also follow me on Twitch because I stream on Mondays and Fridays, and I'll see you guys in the next video.